Hello guys, welcome back to the channel again. So today we're set up with a little one-man camp ready for the Crowland and Thorney 1940s weekend. So it's the day before the event and I thought I might as well take this opportunity to show you around the display. Alright, well the display is made up of a few different parts, so we're going to have a quick look at them one at a time. We'll start off with the 50 cal. So this is a very basic 50 cal setup, and this is a setup you can use for any of the machine guns really. So all I did is bring a few sandbags. These are just full of hay, so they don't weigh anything, just to make a little bit of frontage. And then we've got the 50 cal itself, just the gun on the tripod. And then we've got two of the pack boards, each with three ammo tins with them. One of the pack boards I take the top tin off and then I use that as the belt. So here on the other side of the gun you can see the setup that we've got. It's just a normal 50 cal tin with a belt. I've got 55 rounds in this belt and there's enough internals in this 50 cal just to hold the belt in place. But this is a nice simple display, and if anyone wants to interact with something, then that's a nice little feature because you can have it all locked in and safe like this. But then you just have to flip the one lever on the T&E gear down here and people can see how the gun actually was to maneuver it on the tripod and things like that. So it's a nice little display. You don't see 50 cals just mounted on the tripods that often. So nice little addition, gets a bit of attention, and then you can show them the rest of the display. The second little part of the display is just a pair of pup tents. So we've got these two late/post-war pup tents, which are ones I tend to use. I don't like to use the wartime ones, as I don't like to wreck them. So we just got two here, one set up completely closed and empty, and then this one that I was kept open at the end. So this one that I've made into an open-ended one just by rolling up the front. We'll actually have some bits in it. I haven't gone out yet because the ground's all wet, but I'll put a couple of blankets in there, how they probably would have had if they'd have been sleeping in it, just a blanket each side. And I've got a few bits. I could put my Garand and my cartridge belt in there if I fancy it. So there'll be a couple of bits in there just to show what the average soldier might have had if he was lucky. And then the one at the back is just a bit of filler really for the display. And then after the 50 cal and the tents, which just give it a bit of dressing really, we've got the main display, which is the big small wall tent. The big small wall tent, what an idiot. Okay guys, so here's the main display for the event. So I want people to come into my tent. That's not just a background tent like you often see that's closed up or just got a few bits. I actually want people to come in here and look at the little bits and pieces, under supervision of course, because people go walking off with stuff. But basically you've got two cots. You've got the modern cot, which is covered up with wool blankets, so you can't tell that's a modern one. And on top of that, I've got just a sleeping bag, proper wool sleeping bag with the cover on it, and my actual bedding rolled up and put in the duffel bag at the end there, so it looks how it should do. And you've got the little folding chair that I give a spray paint just to make it look a bit correct, because I still haven't found a proper one of them. We've got a table at the end here, a few bits and pieces that I'll show you in a minute, and then the modern cot at the other side with the full officer's bedroll on it. And at the end of each cot you've got a foot locker. This is the bust one that I had to fix up, so that's got no tray inside it, and I just use that to hide things and store stuff out of the way. But on the other side, that's got the internal tray, the reproduction of the internal tray that my friend made for me, so I can actually use that to display some items. And then you've obviously got my little linen line, which has got my uniform on it at the minute. So let's take a closer look at this cot with the original bedroll on it, because it's something I haven't shown you completely all together yet. So basically, we've got the officer's bedroll on here. That's underneath, and you can see it coming down the side here with the flaps and everything that will roll up and close. On top of that, we've got that French mattress that I found. Still haven't found a proper American one, but there's very little between them, so I think that looks the part for now. So we've got the actual roll itself on top of the original cot, then the mattress, and then we've just got a wool blanket which I've folded over for the time being so that people can see what's under it. And at the end, we've got our original little pillow that we found, which is, I think, looking the part right now. And then we're just going to pop some bits and pieces on it. So I'll have my cartridge belt laid out. I get rid of my gaiters because they won't be on there. So I've got my Garand cartridge belt with all the web gear and that on here, with one of my Garands, and then just a helmet at the end. And this helmet is the one that doesn't have a liner at the moment, so I can use this as a wash basin as well, because I intend to do all that sort of stuff kind of in period at this event. Then I've also got on here at the moment just the weapon that I use with my grease gun, because I'm going to be having that as what I wear at this event, as it's probably going to be way too hot to be lugging all this crap around. But I think this has come out quite nice with the bedroll. You don't normally see them all set up like this with the mattress and everything, so I'm really happy with that. So moving on to the end of the tent, we've got the little table display. So underneath I've got one of my 50 cal crates, which I again just use to store stuff and hide stuff in. We've got a couple of bags at the bottom. We've got the GP bag, which I'll be wearing as that's part of my grease gun impression, and the musette bag, which I just keep some clothing in and some towels and stuff like that for when I need to wash and do stuff like before I'm in uniform like today. On the table itself, we've got a nice few bits. We've got the M3 grease gun obviously here, which is what I'll be having as my personal weapon this weekend. We've got the little handy talkie, a lantern, a map of Carentan, because this is a D-Day themed event. We've got a little French guide, which I will be having to use at some point because my French is awful, and that's my little event strap there, just being hid behind that. We've got the binoculars case and a musette bag with some personal items inside, and then just my little cup which I use to keep my water in. The table itself is the one made by, oh God, I can never remember what they're called, Edward's Shed, that's the one. So that's what we've got set up here, and then just another helmet at the end there on top of that duffel bag which holds more of my web gear inside it. Not web gear, bedding, sorry, I'm being useless today. Very early in the morning. And then hanging up above the table we've just got our map case. That's just looks nice there and it keeps out of the way. So you have that, and then your little table display, which I think is looking pretty good, to be honest. Give me some feedback, what do you think of it? Anything particularly out of place or incorrect? I think it looks pretty good, really. So this is the foot locker at the end of the officer's bedroll on that side. So we've got a few different items on here just to give people a particular idea. We've got some spare socks, we've got a sewing kit, we've got the full wash roll here with some items in it, including a new item I got. I'll just quickly show you this, not the toothbrush, but this here is a original toothbrush holder, and that was my little find in Normandy when I went there for D-Day. So that was my little addition, and that's got the toothbrush in it there. Not an original toothbrush, but fairly bloody close to what they looked like, so that'll do me for now until I find an original one. So we've got the wash roll with the soap and the shaver and the toothbrush. We've got the shaving cream and the actual toothpaste, and then the flannel and the mirror inside there. And then on the other side, we've just got a few bits and pieces. We've got a mess kit, one of the little ration heaters, which is another one that I got from Normandy. I got a few of them, they're not original, but they look the part, so I thought I'd pop that in there. Some rations, a clip for the Garand, because that Garand does still go ping, and then the Garand's bandolier, the mess kit, and the knives and forks, utensils, and that sort of thing. So I thought that was a nice little display to have at the end of the cot bed. Now I'll just give you a quick view here of the other cot. So you see that's pretty well hidden. That's exactly the same shape, it's just got aluminium legs instead of wooden ones basically. So that's fairly well disguised over there. And yeah, so that's just got the blanket on top and the sleeping bag, which I definitely can't fit in, and the buggered up locker. As you can see, I just used to chuck towels and stuff like that inside there. Keeps out of the way. So that's about it, really. And there's just a better shot of that pillow that I was way too excited about getting. Obviously my gaiters will be on during the event. The Garand is a nice one to show people because actually you can still show them how it loads. And then the web gear. So I think that comes out as a really nice display. But this one has to stay more basic so I can sleep on it. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you a quick walk around whilst that's quiet and there's no one else here really. Hopefully you enjoy the tent display and the 50 cal. Again, give me some feedback. What do you think? What do you like? What do you think is crap? What is wrong? And then I can improve it. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you again soon, guys.